Yo, stop scrolling right now, because what I'm about to share with you in the next few minutes is the kind of stuff that most men never figure out until it's already too late. We're talking about 5 deep, raw, psychologically proven signs that quietly show up when a woman hasn't experienced genuine intimacy in a long time. And here's what's wild. She's not even fully conscious she's doing it. Her body, her emotions, her brain, they're all working together, sending out signals that most guys completely miss because they're too busy trying to impress instead of actually paying attention. Now I need you to stay with me all the way through this video, because sign number 5, that one right there is the game changer. That's the sign that separates the men she keeps in the friend zone forever from the men she genuinely, deeply desires. So let's not waste another second. Let's get into it. Sign number 1. Physical touch becomes her secret language, and most men don't even realize she's speaking. Here's something they never taught you in school, and honestly, most grown men still don't know this exists. Scientists and psychologists have identified a very real biological condition called skin hunger. It sounds almost poetic, but it's completely backed by science. When a woman goes without meaningful, affectionate physical contact for an extended period of time, her body literally craves it on a neurological level. Her skin is loaded with oxytocin receptors, oxytocin being the bonding hormone, the connection hormone. And when those receptors aren't being activated regularly, her body starts seeking that stimulation instinctively. So what does she do? She starts touching you, but not in any obvious, dramatic way. It's always subtle, always intentional, always deniable if called out. A light hand placed on your forearm when she's laughing at something you said. Her shoulder casually brushing against yours while you're both standing there talking. Fixing your collar or brushing something off your jacket like it's no big deal. And here's what you have to understand. These touches always last just a fraction of a second longer than a regular friendly touch would. That's not an accident, bro. That's data. She's sending you a signal and simultaneously watching your reaction to see how you receive it. If you flinch, pull back, or look uncomfortable, she reads that as rejection, and she shuts it down immediately. But if you stay relaxed, hold your composure, smile naturally, and respond with warmth, you just communicated everything she needed to hear without saying a single word. That one moment, that one response sets the entire emotional tone for everything that follows between you two. Sign number 2. She starts seeking emotional reassurance from you, and it goes way deeper than you think. When a woman hasn't been receiving genuine, consistent masculine attention and emotional connection, it creates what I'd describe as an invisible emotional gap. And I want to be crystal clear here. This is not about ego. It's not about vanity. And it's definitely not about being needy. This is a fundamental human need to feel understood, to feel seen, to feel like someone out there actually gets who you are beneath the surface. And here's how this shows up in real life. She starts asking you questions that seem casual on the surface but are actually much more loaded than they appear. She'll say things like, "Do you think I handled that situation the right way?" Or, "Am I being too much right now?" Or, "Does it ever seem like I overthink everything?" And I need you to hear me on this. If you respond with something lazy and automatic like, "Nah, you're good, don't worry about it," you have completely missed the moment. She's not looking for a quick reassurance checkbox. She's looking to see if you're emotionally present enough to actually engage with what she's feeling. So the next time she asks you something like that, slow down, look at her, and say something like, "Honestly, the fact that you even think about these things tells me you care deeply about how you show up for people. That's not a flaw, that's rare." Watch what happens when those words land. She'll feel seen on a level that most men in her life have never given her. And once a woman feels truly seen by you, that connection becomes something she starts protecting. And hey, if this content is already shifting something in the way you think, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. We drop videos like this every single week, and you genuinely don't want to fall behind on what's coming next. Sign number 3. Her body language starts revealing everything before she ever says a word. And the science behind this is wild. This one genuinely fascinates me every time I break it down because it's happening on a neurological level that she has zero conscious control over. Here's what's going on under the hood. When a woman has been without real intimacy for a while, a part of her brain called the limbic system, which governs emotion, attraction, memory, and desire, becomes significantly more sensitive and reactive. She is more emotionally and physically attuned to the energy of men around her than she would normally be. Her radar is turned all the way up. So what you start noticing are what psychologists call micro-expressions and micro-behaviors, tiny physical signals that her body produces without her brain giving the order. She's touching her hair more frequently when you come around. She's adjusting her posture when you enter the room. She's leaning slightly toward you even when the conversation doesn't require it. She's crossing and uncrossing her legs. She's mirroring your gestures and movements without realizing she's doing it. These are not calculated moves. These are her nervous system responding to your presence. Now here's the critical mistake that kills it for most guys. They see these signs and immediately try to escalate, physically, emotionally, verbally. And in doing so, they completely break the rhythm. The right move is to match her energy without overwhelming it. If she leans in, you mirror her subtly. If she initiates a light touch, you receive it with natural ease and maybe reciprocate gently. Think of attraction like a piece of music. You don't grab the other musician's instrument and start playing louder. You listen, you feel the rhythm, and you play with them. That calm, in-control, magnetic presence you project when you do this right, that is what she will be thinking about at 2 a.m. when she can't sleep. Sign number 4. She starts testing your emotional stability, and this is not manipulation, this is self-protection. After a woman has spent a significant amount of time alone, or gone without the kind of consistent, trustworthy masculine presence she needs, she builds walls. She's been disappointed before. She's been let down. She's been with guys who seemed steady until they weren't. So before she even thinks about letting someone new into her emotional world, she puts you through a quiet, informal, completely deniable series of tests. She might share something genuinely vulnerable, a fear, an insecurity, a painful memory, and then sit back and carefully observe how you handle it. Does he get awkward? Does he make it about himself? Does he try to solve it like it's a broken appliance? She might drop a slightly provocative comment or introduce a small disagreement just to see if you stay grounded or if you get rattled. She might bring up an emotional topic out of nowhere to see if you lean in or shut down. And here's where the vast majority of men completely blow it. They either go into fix-it mode, treating her emotions like a technical problem that needs a solution, or they get defensive and take it personally. Both responses communicate the same thing to her. You can't handle me. What she is searching for, what she is desperate to find, is a man who can simply be there, who listens without flinching, who stays composed without going cold, who offers genuine support without losing his own footing. When she finds that in you, something shifts at a fundamental level. You stop being just another guy in her life. You become someone she trusts. And trust, in the psychology of female attraction, is the foundation that everything else gets built on top of. And now we've arrived at sign number 5, the most powerful, the most telling, and the one that most men never even recognize until the moment has already passed. She starts quietly engineering opportunities for closeness. Let me paint the picture for you. When a woman genuinely wants deeper connection but feels too emotionally exposed to just come out and say it directly, she creates situations. Low pressure, socially comfortable, completely natural seeming situations where intimacy can develop without either person having to admit that's what they're going for. She says things like, "Hey, I've been trying to figure something out at my place. Could you come take a look?" Or, "I have this movie I've been wanting to watch, but I really don't want to watch it alone." Or she casually engineers a scenario where the two of you end up somewhere private with nowhere to be and nothing urgent happening. These are not coincidences. These are carefully crafted invitations. She is opening a door and watching to see how you walk through it. Now here's where confidence separates itself from desperation. And this is crucial. An inexperienced man sees that open door and rushes. He gets excited, he escalates too fast, he makes it obvious, and suddenly she feels pressure where she wanted to feel safety, and she closes right back up. But a genuinely confident man, he walks through that door relaxed. He's not performing, he's not rushing. He sits down, he makes her laugh, he keeps the conversation easy and real. He lets there be comfortable silence. He lets closeness develop at its own pace. And by the time the night is over, she's not just comfortable around him. She is magnetically drawn to him in a way that she herself cannot fully articulate. She goes home thinking about him. She texts her friends about him. He becomes the standard she starts measuring everyone else against. Here's the full picture, and I want you to really sit with this. These 5 signs, the subtle touches fueled by skin hunger, the search for emotional reassurance, the unconscious body language signals, the quiet stability tests, and the engineered opportunities for closeness. None of these are manipulation tactics. None of these are games. They are the authentic, deeply human expressions of a woman whose emotional and physical needs haven't been met and who is quietly, carefully reaching out towards someone she believes might actually be able to meet them. She is not asking you to be perfect. She is asking you to be present. She is asking you to pay attention. She is asking you to respond with the kind of calm, confident, emotionally intelligent energy that tells her, "You are safe with me." And when you consistently show up that way, not performing, not forcing, not chasing, but genuinely showing up, you don't just escape the friend zone. You become the man she chooses every single time without hesitation. If this video opened your eyes and gave you a new way of seeing the women in your life, do me one solid favor right now. Hit that subscribe button, share this video with someone who genuinely needs to hear it, and drop a comment below telling me which one of these 5 signs hit the closest to home for you personally. I read every single comment and I respond more than you'd think. Stay locked in, because next time we are going even deeper. We're breaking down the exact psychological triggers that make a woman go from, he's a nice guy, to, I can't stop thinking about him. You do not want to miss that one. I'll see you there.